Hello and welcome people of the internet on our gaming channel, the Gaming Musketeers. Today we are going to give you a review about the Pz1c light tank. So, what's so cool about this tank is the armor and the speed. And 180 horsepower for this tank of around 8.5 tons is pretty damn good. But when you add some improved ventilations and all that stuff, it goes like a little bit worse. But this tank is pretty fast and has an acceleration of I'm gonna get ya. So, and today we have also a special guest who will play with us, Tommy the Max 3. So Tom, what do you think about this tank?
It's really fun to play with it because it's just a fast tank. It has a good gun. It shoots fast. I mean, if you see one other tank from the enemies in tier 3, you win. You win definitely.
That's right. And when you see a Pz1c, just do not try to hit it in front, but try to hit it in the side of the turret, just over here. Because that's the most weakest point of this tank. Also the side and the back is pretty bad, but for a tier 3 tank this is also pretty good as well. But the turret at the sides and the back is just not so good. But believe me, this tank is just OP in its tier. About the gun. It fires around 40 shells in one magazine. So it's pretty bad. If you see an enemy, it's bad for the enemy because he's gonna die. He's certainly gonna die because 40 bullets at a penetration of 33 to 43 with an average damage of 7 to 9 because 8 on 8 it doesn't fit. It's almost always 7, and if you are lucky you get much 8. But this gun really it can kill one tank with a magazine. So if you are lucky you can kill 2 with it, but mostly if you see the RT you can kill 2 RTs with one magazine. But one tank, one magazine, fully on it, and it loads as fast. It loads 8 seconds, but with the speed loader and all that stuff on it, it's very fast tank. It makes it OP. So, about the turret, it's around 30 millimeters at the front, so always try to show your front turret and your front of the tank, because they're the strongest points, like all of the tanks, most of them. Except for that one in the background where I'm pointing my mouse on now. The engine, 180 horsepower, chance of fire on impact, 20%. On the most tanks it is 20%. You have some tanks that have 15%, some at 13 and all that stuff. The traversion speed of this tank. 48 degrees per second. It's really much that you can turn in 1 minute. It's like doing 200 rounds in 1 minute. Well, not really, but you know, it turns pretty fast. Also, the turret is pretty fast. It turns around 44 degrees per second, so 44 and 48 makes a pretty good number, like 92. So 92 degrees per second, it's like this. So the radio goes up to 700 meters, so it's pretty good for a tier 3 tank. It's awesome for scouting tanks, like the view range 340 meters is also pretty much for a tier 3 tank. So I really recommend this tank because... Tom, why don't you say anything?
I recommended this tank because it's just tier 3. I mean, you can't lose any crits or you must be really, really bad. So this tank makes a lot of money and it's just fun playing it. It's amazing. I mean, you're just rolling around the map and right where you want, shoot all the enemies. Yeah, it's a really good tank.
Like I'm going to show you guys in my records here of the Pz1c, if I can find him. Here he is. Did some 233 battles with it with a victory of 56%. That's really good. The most of my tanks are. Most of them are less, so it's pretty good for a tier 3 tank. Also the kill ratio 1.58. Sorry for that. 1.58. So did lots and lots of enemies of damage and killed them a lot. Also the average experience and maximum experience is pretty good for tier 3 tank. So like 469, 461. Well, now that we've seen this, let's go to the awards. Did some 5 top guns with it for tier 3 tank. This is pretty good. A top gun, like 5, it's pretty good. 1 Confederate, 2 scouts. That's pretty normal for this tank because it drives like 72. It's pretty fast. It's 2 kamikazes, 120 master gunners, 487 sharpshooters, and 1 epic medal, the Pz1c medal. That's like my 3rd battle I played this tank, I had that medal. So it was pretty nice. I had this tank for 3 battles and I got an epic medal. So pretty damn nice, believe me. And 3 luckies, 2 Spartans and 12 cool-headeds. So if you see what you can do with this tank, just go for it. It's just so OP. I mean, come on, let's show the guys. Tell me rating for you.
Okay, we'll start this battle.
Oh, sorry. You must play. You must press play. Play. Play.
Oh hell no.
Play.
I'm
Play.
alone in battle.
Play. Tom is alone in battle. I go. Ready. Not ready. Leave platoon. Battle. So, let's see where I end up. I ended up not so good. I can do a good scout, but many kills I won't get here with my 40 penetration. So, I've got to be very lucky. Ooh, 33 penetration, sorry. Got to be very lucky if I get a kill here. The Cruiser 3, the Pz1c, and Pz3a are good kills for me, but for the rest, the medium 3 I can take. Valentine AT is just candy for me. But all above it, all on tier 4 is pretty difficult. So let's see how it does. 2, 1, go.
Let's go!
Let's do a scout. Like 7.83 seconds to load 1 clip and shoot them empty in less than 5 seconds. It's just amazing. How amazing is this tank? Tell them, Tom, how amazing is this tank?
Really amazing.
I drive like 72 in dirt, I mean. Okay.
I'm driving like 80.
Uphill it's like 50, but downhill you can get speeds of 90 if you're lucky. Now almost ended 80 and you can do drifts with it. Since you can do it with T50, buy this tank if you want to do a drift. It's pretty... Ooh, Not lucky. Not lucky. Not lucky. Can't penetrate him.
Let's go. We're dead for it. Everyone.
Tom.
I'm also dead, but I had 2 kills, so
I had 0 because an AMX 40 came up with his unpenetratable armor. I hate that AMX. If I played it, I couldn't play it. I always died and get no kills. And he is just so lucky because he has his dirt gun.
oh, I was good with it.
Nah, what? But you're good with French tanks, I'm not. I'm good with the American tanks. And that Pz1c, if I'm lucky. So people, that was it for today. Game Musketeers.